Hi, this is Uncle Tim, broadcasting live.
We want some bombastic, romantic, fantastic lover.
Hello, folks. I just tried to be in disguise here, but today we're going to talk about two athletic events that's been played for probably 100 years. One's called, see, they're already hitting it. They're already hitting it. Just keep calling. Keep calling. I got my secretary taking messages, so she'll let me know what the news is for the video here. We're hoping that we get some people calling in or subscribing and telling me some things to do. But anyway, these two sports, like I said, are really old, and one's called the Appalachian splits. And my uncles, Doug and Dewey's Kofer, they're the ones that introduced me to this sport. And it's been around a long time. The other one is called Mummily Peg. I don't know where that name come from, but Papa showed me that game. And actually, me and him played it several times. Never did beat him. I don't know if he was cheating or made up the rules, but anyway, we played for 3 or 4 years and I never beat him once. But he said his grandfather, and this is the truth too, I'm not telling the big story, his grandfather showed him the game. So I'm going to explain the Appalachian splits, and then I'm going to explain Mummily Peg, and then we're going to go outside and I'm going to demonstrate it. Because Pooh, the Odessa softball player, didn't want me sticking a knife in her floor. Okay, all right, so I've got an array of knives, and that depends on how you want to play. Okay, I'm going to go from the most experienced to the least experienced players. This is really what you're supposed to play with. Okay, and I was going to say it was gold, but the softball player said it was more like copper, but it's for championship play. Okay. And you got to keep it in its sheath so it won't cut nobody. This is a smaller version, but it's hardly ever played with. This knife actually is the first knife I played with in this game. Doug and Dewey's played it. And it could be played with 2 or more players, so the 3 of us playing. And of course, I was really young, real young, and I think they just took advantage of me. This one, it's one that has been used several times, and it's for the more chicken players because it don't have a point on it. It's harder to stick in the ground on. This one's for the wusses, and this one's for the babies. Butter knife, and not even a knife, but, and then since I was showing my array of knives, I thought I'd show this one. I found this on a run one time. I think it was up around Cave Run Lake, and him was running with me, and he said, "Don't pick that up, don't pick that up." He said that could have been a murder weapon, and it did have some kind of stain on it, but I don't think it was. I made the handle for it. Okay. Let me just give you an idea of the rules of the Appalachian splits. You stand about 3 feet away from each other, and you take the knife, and each person gets one throw, at least one throw, because you don't want to throw it way out there and win just on one throw, kind of like overtime in football. So each person gets one throw, and what you try to do without hitting the other guy's foot, because if you hit the other guy or girl's foot, the person that gets hit gets one big open hand slap of the guy that threw its face. So, you know, you don't want your jaws red. So what you do is you throw it, and you want to throw as close as you can, because every stick in the ground, you get a point. Okay, and you play to a certain number of points. and you want to keep going out wider and wider. And when you reach that point, say 20 points, say you got 20 and you go left and right, left and right. Say when you get 20, if nobody has fell over, then you have to play in overtime. And that means that either you can do it two ways. You can try to stick right in between the legs, or you can keep going on out. Usually people just keep going on out because they want to try to score as many points as they can. Okay? Now that pretty simple, no big bunch of rules, and sometimes the game will last a long time. If you get skilled players, they can put just inches, just creep out inches. Okay? So that's called Appalachian splits. It comes from southeastern Kentucky and East Tennessee. Okay? And they probably played it back when Daniel Boone was, because they all wore leather shoes then. So that's that game. All right. Now for the next game, it's called Mumley Peg. And Mumley Peg is a little more safe, but still just as fun. I've got some knives here. It seems like we're talking about knives, but I guess back in the old days, that's all they had to play with. But anyway, there's 3 knives there, but they don't have the right blades. But this is a John Calipari, Rick Pitino knife, and it's made right. Okay, so you have to shape it just like this. Okay, and what you do now, I think, like I said, I think Papa might have cheated on me sometimes, but what you do is you lay it down on the ground, and then you flip it. And if you can flip it like this, 1 point. If you can flip it like this, 2 points. And if you can flip it like that, you get 3. Okay? And of course, you either go with the number of flips, or if you go with the number of points, either one. Now, in basketball season, you can say 1, 2, and a 3-pointer. Okay? In football season, I guess you could say safety, field goal, touchdown. That's what everyone do. I made that part up. But anyway, what you do is you flip it. Now, if one person gets to the points before the other one, or whoever has the most points after 10 flips, the guy that loses has to do this. The guy that wins puts one blade down, looks around and finds a little stick. It can be any size, but he wants to cut it off and make it just like a little peg. You sharpen one end, and then you put it on the ground, and he takes the back of the knife and hit 3 times to drive it in the ground. And then the loser has to bend over and pull that peg out of the ground with his teeth. Okay? I know they didn't have much to play with back then, and the entertainment was pretty low, but that is the game. So we will go outside, and I'll demonstrate both games, and then we'll come back in and do some final thoughts. Okay, we have a demonstrator here with us. He was really wanting to do it, so we got Jonathan Church.
Hello.
And that is the husband of my seamstress today. I've got all kinds of workers. Okay, Jonathan's probably going to be on some more videos as being my assistant demonstrator, since the ones that's been involved are afraid to do it. But this is called Appalachian splits. Now, since I'm being athletic, and Bailey comes down here. This is the Bailey dog, and we may have to go to another place. Let's back up a little bit. That's the second time Bailey's been in this. Stay. Hey, you need a sports drink anytime you compete in a high-level competition. Okay, now, everybody gets one throw, but we're not going to play the whole game because it'd take too long. We may be out here for a while. So what you do is about 3 foot, and then you stick it. And that's not too bad, but it's still pretty far away. I was wanting to be safe. I haven't played this game for years. Okay, Jonathan, you just move your foot over to where the knife is. Now you get the knife.
Oh, I brought my own.
That's a little big. Okay.
Yeah, you call that a knife?
Yeah, that's a. I don't think they played with that big a knife in the competitions, but.
All right, we'll let it to the side.
Okay. Scared me to death. I thought he was gonna cut my leg off. Okay, then he just throws it down.
Throws it down?
Yeah, not on me. Oh, that's real good. All right, now that's kind of the way the game's played. Just stick, step, stick, step, just like that. And then whoever has the most points wins. Okay. All right. You want to do it again? Or
Let's go.
Okay, we're gonna use the real knife. I wonder what they thought. Okay, we're gonna use the real knife. Let me get a little closer. Okay, that's not bad. Yours is still better. Okay. I think he's through the knives before a little bit. That's real good. See that? See how much farther out you are? If you get more sticks, you know, you want more sticks this way so you can get more points. If you have a feller to fall the first time, that's just 1 point, and all he has to do is just, and that's it. Okay? All right. That is called the Appalachian splits. Now, I just wonder what that'd look like when you throw that. Don't hit me. So, way over there, next to the L8 bottle.
Way over there?
Yeah. See, well, he throws that in good too. Oh, man. I'm afraid to throw it because I don't want to stick you.
All right.
But that's a big knife. Okay, now we're going to play Mumley Peg, okay? I'll put it over here by the dog. Okay. Now this, what you do is, like I said, you have to have the knife set. It's cold out here. What you have to do is have the knife set in an L shape. And it's really better to play in a place where there's sand, but since we don't have that, now you just stick the knife in like this and flip it. And see, that'd be no points, okay? You tried. Now, he was probably going to beat me at this because he's...
Stick it?
Yeah, and flip it.
Oh,
yep.
Nope.
Okay, we'll play to 1 point anyway. Come on, baby. Nope. See, when you hit the back end of it, it won't stick. It's almost. This is the old game. This is the old game Papa's Papa showed him. I ain't very good at it. It's been a long time since I played. Oh, see, now that's... We'd probably give you 2 points on that. That looks like a tripod, okay? Now, we play that until a certain number of points, and let's say we'll just cut it off right here, and we'll say Jonathan won. So what he's going to do, he's going to look around for a stick, and we just happen to have one laying around handy, and he's going to cut it off to about 3 inches, and then sharpen the end, and then he's going to take it and drive it in there on 3 licks, and then I got to pick it. Yeah, and I got to pick it up with my teeth. Okay. I wore my hard hat just in case I got hit with a knife. And that big a knife, it's a good thing. But I think he's played with the knives before.
Maybe a couple times.
That's why I thought. That's why your wife thought it would be good for you to come up here.
Oh yeah. Well, I
Okay.
think that's gonna break.
Yeah, it might break. It's hard to find a good stick this time of year. Okay. Well, that's deep enough.
Yeah.
Okay, now what I gotta do, I'm gonna take this off. What I gotta do is I gotta bend down, just like a sheep eating grass, and get a hook of it, like that, and pull it up. And that's the game. Okay? All right, we'll go in for some closing comments, and then we'll close her down. Okay, back in the warm house. Like to froze to death out there, and also like to got scared to death. But anyway, that was their 2 sports that they played years ago, and I'm sure they're as popular as ice hockey in Egypt right now. But anyway, this being April Fool's, I just wonder if anybody got fooled, or if anybody was able to fool someone, just like happened to me a while ago. Send in your comments. Like, comment, subscribe, and then slam that bell down. I want to see how many people we can get. I need a bunch of people, Jerry. And also, if there's something in this video or in this little episode that seems out of place, just send it in or send it to me and let me know what you think. Okay, remember, always be kind.
Be happy.